Hello and welcome to another Learn Scratch tutorial, and in today's tutorial we're going to show you how to make a nice and simple baseball game. Thanks very much to Darth Jar Jar who recommended that I do this tutorial. So here it is. So how have we done it? Well, let's just give you a quick demo of the game first of all, what we're going to be making. We'll press play. What happens? I press play and he throws the ball and there we go. You either get a strike if I miss it, or let's see if I can hit it this second time. Let's have a look. Oh no, I missed it again. Let's have a look. Third time lucky. There we go, home run. There we go, perfect. So let's just stop that now. There we go, good. So what have we got? Well, we got two sprites, one here, and the players, and a ball here, sprite that spins, and the background of the pitch. Now the sprites, I didn't make them in Scratch myself. I actually used a program called Pivot Animator here. It's free of charge, although when you do download it, it does come with loads of bloatware. So just make sure you don't click all that, all the bloatware and rubbishware that comes with it. So I did two sprites here. Here's one. There's that one that I made in Pivot. That's my batter. And let's see if we can find the baseball. There's the man that throws it. There we go. And there's the guy throwing the ball. So you can create your own animation with Pivot. I'm not going to go into that here in the Scratch tutorial. But that's what I used to create the sprites. And let me show you what I did want to add them to Scratch. So let's get going. Here we go. And let's create a new. There we go. New project. We don't need the cats. Let's delete the cat. And we're going to create a new sprite and we're going to upload it. Let's upload from file. But before we do that, what we need to do is we need to export the animation and export it as separate images. Create a new folder and let's call this one. This is the picture. I think it's called the picture. There we go. Or the thrower. There we go. And picture. Separate images. Leave it as a PNG. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's okay. Good stuff. Okay, save that. And once you do that, upload from file. Well, I just done with all of that. Let's have a look. Where's my baseball one? There's my baseball. There's my picture. And here in the picture, we'll pick picture 00. There we go. And there's the first costume. So there's picture 00. And then all we need to do is we need to go in and add every single costume from the exported costume. Obviously, the more costumes you have, the more detailed your animation is, but the longer this process will take. So I've only used a few. In this one, I think I've used, about 10 different costumes. There we go. Picture 9. Picture 10. There we go. So now I've got 10 costumes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is great. But as you can see at the moment, what we've got a problem is each of the costumes, when they got imported, it's not a transparent background, it's white. So we'll have to click on this one here. Click on the fill with colour. And then go to each costume and fill it with white. There we go. Doesn't take very long. Let's just go down here. Sorry, not fill it with white, fill it with transparent. There we go. There we go. Fill all of those with transparent. Good. So those are our 10 costumes. And to see if it works, let's just borrow this. If I use the space bar for the moment, just to test if it works. When we press spacebar, we switch to the first costume. Switch to the first costume, and we'll just rotate through the other costumes. So repeat 10 times. Next costume, and we'll put a little bit of a weight in there. Let's put it 0.1 seconds. So that's the animation speed. Let's have a look. Oh, press space. There you go. Perfect. So there he is. There's the picture and he's throwing it. Let's click on that. Let's shrink him down. Let's make it a bit smaller. Let's put about the right sort of size. You can play with the size, whatever size you want. And we'll do there. Let's just it's called picture. Good stuff. And we'll do exactly the same with the hitter. There we go. So there's my hitter. Export animation. Let's call it hitter. Put a folder called hitter. Separate images. Good. Do it as a PNG. Good. And then let's upload. Hitter. There we go. There's my first hitter. And exactly the same principle as before. Hitter 1. Upload. Hitter 2. Upload. Hitter 3. Upload. Hitter 4. There you go. Nice and quick. And again, go to each costume and delete all the backgrounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And same sort of costume as before, same sort of script as before. Yeah, there we go. In fact, I could probably just drag that over there. Can't I? So look, hitter 0. There's only 5 costumes, I think, for that one. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if that works. Spacebar. Yeah, there we go. Smack, smack. Good. Perfect. Good. So now we've got the 2 costumes. There we are. Let's just make it a bit smaller by using the shrink tool. There we go. Perfect. He's there. He's there. Good. Okay, so let's go onto the stage and there we go. Let's create a bit of a backdrop. There we are. In fact, I'll use a gradient. Let's use that one. There we go. And switch it around. That looks pretty cool. In fact, I won't do it to that. Let's undo that. Let's go from there to. Let's just sort that other colour out. Let's go here. Let's do that to there. There you go. That's better. That's a nice gradient green. And let's click on the line. Let's make the line nice and thick. Let's do some sand. So look, that's there. That looks pretty sandy, doesn't it? There we go. And that can go from there. Oops, why's that not working? Oh, there. Go from there to there. Is that a bit thick, that, isn't it? Let's just undo that. A bit thick. A bit too thin. There, should do it. Yeah, there we go. So we'll go to there, to there. Not looking right. Maybe not. Let's put it a bit tiny bit thick. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we'll draw a little bit of an area in there. You guys can. Obviously, you can spend as much time as you want doing a really good job. I'm just doing it quickly for the video. There we go. Good. And let's move into the middle. So already we've got 2 characters. If I press space, they both sort of do their animation, which is great. And looking good. So let's start getting the game moving. There we go. So first of all, with the hitter, let's leave him on there because that's okay. Spacebar. We'll do the spacebar to actually hit. That's okay. But the picture, we don't want him to do with the spacebar because otherwise he's just throwing it at the same time as he's doing that. So instead, what we're going to do is we'll do it. Let's have a look. Let's just go to when I receive message, and let's do ready to throw. Ready to throw. Okay. So when this character here receives the message ready to throw, he'll wait a certain amount of time, or a second at the moment. And then he'll start doing the throw maneuver, which is good. So we don't want him to wait the same amount of time all the time, because otherwise that'll be a really easy game. So what we'll do is we'll wait, and we'll do a random amount of time from, let's say, 3 to 5 seconds. So we don't really know exactly when he's going to throw the ball, which is okay. And when do we want it to do ready to throw? Well, let's have a look at the start of the game. So start of the game, let's wait 5 seconds. We might want to do something at the start of the game, I don't know. But we'll wait 5 seconds and then we'll broadcast ready to throw. There we go. So let's see if that works. Here we go. So we wait 5 seconds. Then it should drop into ready to throw. There we go. wait between 3 and 5 seconds, and then he should animate. Perfect. Brilliant. And that'll be his first throw of the game. Good. So he's okay. And my hitter, he's gonna hit anyway, so he's okay. He's quite happy. There he is. So we've got some action there. We've got things moving. So what's going to happen when we throw it? Well, he's going to get ready to throw. He's going to change his costume. And then, as we throw it, we need to have a ball that moves over this way and heads towards there. So let's get us a ball first of all. And fortunately with Scratch we've already got a baseball, which is good. So let's click on the baseball. A little bit big. It might actually kill him if it hits him in the head. So let's make the baseball a bit smaller. Let's go about there for the moment. Good. There we go. Now at the start of the game we don't want the baseball to appear. So let's hide that at the start. Looks hide. So we'll hide the baseball at the start of the game. But there we go. We do want him to appear when he starts throwing. So how do we do that? Well, the picture here, he waits 3 to 5 seconds and then he starts doing this switch costume thing. So why don't we there? Let's create another broadcast and let's call this new message throwing. Throw. Oh, throw the ball. Let's go throw the ball. Throw the ball. There we go. So broadcast throw the ball. There we go. Good. So when we receive broadcast throw the ball. So when we receive that message, then what we can do is we'll make the ball appear about here somewhere, I think. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the go-to, which is a really, really useful piece of kit. If you watch the go-to here, when I move the ball somewhere, it automatically changes these coordinates. So we don't have to type in where we want it to go to. We just literally drag the ball where we want it. Oh, maybe that's a little bit big. Just undo that a bit. A little bit bigger. Sorry. There you go. So here we go. So it's going to start there. Go to when I receive for the ball. Go to there, and then what's going to happen is over time it's going to move, It's sort of going to go in a bit of an arc around here, and then it's going to fire over there. But the first bit is a preset maneuver, and it's going to follow this hand here. Starts there. Oh, does he start there? No, it doesn't. Sorry. Starts here with the ball. It's still okay there. 2, 3. Now he needs to move to here. But if you notice, the first animation, second animation, he doesn't need to move, but the third one he does. So what we can do is click on our man here, change him to the third one, which is done. So now we know where we need to be. And what we'll do is instead of using the go-to, we'll use the glide. There we go. Let's have a look. Glide. Now the good thing about the glide is because it glides, it moves in a nice smooth animation to the place where you need it. Now with a glide, we could type in the location of the ball where we want it to glide to. So I could type in here and type in here the location. But if you notice, watch these coordinates there. As I move the ball, you'll see that the coordinates of the destination for the glide change automatically. So nice little easy thing here. Let's set it there for number 2. Glide, and we need to set it to 0.2 seconds. 0.2 seconds, I think, because if you look here, each costume, as we're repeating through our animation of the man costume, each costume changes 0.1 seconds. So it'll start off here, so 0, 0.1, 0.2 seconds, it will be there, and then after 0.3, 0.4 seconds, 0.4 seconds, it needs to be up there. So let's just do another glide. Let's move the ball again. Move the ball first so it changes the coordinates. Glide, and then we'll do 0.2. Good stuff. Go back to your picture. Let's have a look. We're okay there. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll do one more there. Let's go to there. So another 0.2 seconds. Where's our ball? Glide. Another 0.2. You can, of course, adjust this later on. You can tweak it later on if it's not quite right, but I'm giving you the general idea. There we go. And it's now to there. So let's move him to there. Scripts, glide, let's do 0.2. And that, I think, should be enough from there. So it's going to go up, around from there, and then it'll get to there. Let's see if that does that. Let's have a look. So, when I receive throw the ball... Oh, we won't do anything, because when we receive throw the ball, we need to show it, because at the moment it's still hidden. Let's have a look. So let's press start. And let's see if it follows the animation of the guy when he moves. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. There we go. And that last one there, it goes to here. Don't want that's a bit too low. Let's get rid of that last bit. Let's have a look. Here we go. Is he going to throw it anytime soon? There we go. There we go. So it gets to there, then it needs to shoot off over there. So what we'll do actually is just move it to about there maybe, and let's add one more. Line 0.2. There we go. 0.2. Good. Good. So when I receive the throw the ball, glide, 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 glide. Then when we get to here, then we just want a repeat forever. Well, in fact, not repeat forever. We want to repeat until we touch the edge, actually. So repeat until touching the edge. And what do we want to do? We want to move. We want to move. Well, which way do we want to move? Well, we want to move right, and we want to move either up or down. So we could just use the move, set its direction, and then use the move and move like 10 steps at a time. But to get better control over it, what we'll do instead is we'll create two variables. One called the x velocity, which controls how fast it's going across. X velocity, and we'll do another one called y velocity. There we go, y velocity. There we go. So here we go, x velocity and y velocity. Repeat until touching the edge. What we'll do is let's set the x velocity to 10. That means it moves 10 steps at a time. That might not be right, but we can change it in a bit. And we'll set the y velocity, which is how far up it moves, how quickly it's moving up. Let's set that to 1 for the moment. It's going to change in a bit. There we go. And then each time round, let's change the x and let's change the y, and we'll change them by these velocities. There we go. There we go. Let's put that there. So what will happen time is each time round, hopefully, if I ever click that now, it should show you. There we go. That's what happens. There we go. Why is it good? It seems to go down a bit, isn't it? Let's change that to 61 again on the Y. Let's have a look. There we go. Obviously you can tweak it so it looks more realistic, which is good, but unfortunately it's if you watch the ball, it just keeps going up. It doesn't drop in like a kind of an arc. And we want it to go like ooh, straight over there into an arc. So the way we have to do that is we need to change the Y velocity. This is the up down, and let's just change it by minus 0.1 each time. Again, you can change it. Let's have a look. Let's try that. There we go. Maybe 0.15 minus 0.15. 0.15. There we go. Again, you can adjust it yourself. There we go. Perfect. So now let's just have a quick go. We throw the ball, and we can strike it just like that. Again, you can have a go yourself. You can tweak it so it looks more realistic. But we're starting to get a game that's starting to be playable. We're waiting a random amount of time before he throws the ball. There we go. And whack, we try and hit it. Brilliant. So there we go. We've got it there so far. So now we've got it so he throws the ball. And when it comes over here, we can try and hit the ball. So let's adjust this so that it actually tries and hits the ball. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, what we need to do here is, there we go. We need to have some way of detecting, when we press space, detecting that we're trying to hit the ball. So how does that work? Well, let's use a broadcast, and let's call this swing, because we're swinging at the ball. And when you press the space bar, what we'll do is we'll just broadcast swing at the same time. So whenever we press space, we're broadcasting swing, which is good. And what we're going to do with the swing is, when you press swing, when you first press it, instantly press it, if the ball is here and you press it, you're going to be too late. In reality, you're swinging too late. So there needs to be a certain delay time. And what's going to happen is, you need to say, okay, if he starts swinging the bat when the ball's already here, it's no good. So we need a bit of a penalty. And the way to do the penalty is we say, okay, with the swing, to detect if we've hit it or not, we'll just wait 0.2 seconds. There you go. And that's enough of a penalty so that when you start swinging the ball, for the first 0.2 seconds, it doesn't actually try and hit it using our little hitting algorithm that we're going to do in a second. So what do we do there? Well, once we do that, we swing, and now what we do is we need to check. We're just going to check for a short amount of time to see if, as we're swinging, if our bat is anywhere near our ball. Now the first way we can do this is we can detect the X position of the ball and see if the X position of the ball is anywhere near the X position of our guy. So let's have a look. So how do we do that? Let's have a look here. There we go. So if the X position of, let's have a look, there's the X position of the baseball is greater than, let's have a look, and we want it, if the X position of the baseball is greater than, not greater than our man here, not greater than our man, but greater than about here in front. So whatever our man's X position here is, minus a little bit. So the way we can do that is use a minus, there we go, and we'll do the X position of the man. So where's our hitter X position? X position of our hitter. So if the position of the basketball is greater than the X position of the hitter, let's say minus 10. Let's try that. We might have to adjust these in a little bit. So if basically saying if it's about here, either greater than this bit or similar thing, but if it's not too far this way, so we can do that here, and we'll say if it's less than, and it's less than, so we need an and. There you go. Our X position of the baseball is less than the X position of our man plus 10. Plus 10. Oh, let's get off there. Here we go. In you go. X position of the hitter plus 10. There we go. Let's do that and that. So if our X position of our ball is, effectively what it's saying here is, if you look at the hitter here, it's just saying if the position of the ball is somewhere between here, either between 10 less than or 10 greater than, inside of our detection here, where it's the 1, 2, 3 repeat, then what we can do is we'll hit the ball. So let's have a look. So if, there we go. There we go. So if our position of the baseball is greater than that, so within those bounds there, then we should be able to hit the ball. Okay, so what do we mean by hit? Well, what we'll do is we'll broadcast here and we'll just say hit. There we go. And the ball here, when I receive hit, what have we got to do? Well, all we have to do is we change, at the moment, we'll just change the X velocity. We need to make it opposite. So if it's going 10 that way, then its X velocity needs to change to minus 10. And the easiest way to do that is we set the velocity, the X velocity, set the X velocity to 0 minus, it's a nice little trick there, 0 minus the X velocity. So it just makes it opposite really, which is perfect. So let's see if that works now. Let's have a go. This might or might not work. It might take a bit of testing and adjusting to see if it works. Let's have a look. If throws, oh, no good. Where's that? Let's just throw the ball. Let's see if I can keep throwing it. Nope. Oh, don't think that's working. Let's have a look. X position of the hitter, X position of the hitter less than. Let's just change these two. Let's just change these to 100. So I'm just checking here. I'm just doing a bit of debugging. I've just realised what I've done wrong here, I think, actually. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's those figures. I might have to change this to do it slightly different, see if this works. Let's have a look. When I receive swing and ball. Let's have a look. Let's try again. There we go. There we go. Let's run that again. It's coming along. Okay, good stuff. Perfect. So, oops. Yeah, so it's working fine. It is working, but what we've got at the moment is these values here are a little bit out. So what you need to do here is adjust these values so that they're not too big and not too small, depending on how hard you want to make it. So let's try 50. Let's see if that works. Let's have a look. Throw the ball. That's not too bad. Let's try that again. Throw the ball. Yep, so that might be a bit too easy. Let's just set it to 20. Let's try 20. And 20. There we go. Let's try that. Throw the ball. Oh, that's okay. Don't know why it wasn't working before. Let's have a look. Brilliant. So at the moment we've got the X velocity is working perfectly. The only thing we need to do now as well is with the ball is when you receive hit, as well as making the X velocity go the other way, what we also need to do is let's change the Y velocity as well, so that the Y velocity changes, so it goes back up. If it gets hit back up, let's try that. That hopefully should work. Is he going to throw the ball? There you go. See, now it's starting to go back up rather than just drop back down. Also as well is that the ball, when you hit it, it doesn't go that quick. Why don't we do, let's take the X velocity and X velocity there, and let's add another 10 to it. So when you hit it, it goes back quicker than you hit it in the first place. Let's have a look. There we go. Perfect. Brilliant. So that's now all done. We've got the ball, he's hitting it, and if I miss it, we miss it, which is good. Now what we need to do is we need to deal with what happens to the ball here once it either hits this way and we get the strike, or we hit this way and we get the home run. So what we can do here with the ball is we can say keep repeating until it touches the edge, and then all we have to do is let's just say if it does touch the edge, so it'll keep repeating until it touches the edge. If it's touching the edge, it's either in one of two places. It's either its X coordinate is greater than 230, in which case it's over here, and it's a strike, or its X coordinate of the ball is less than minus 230, in which case it's a home run, or that's what we're going to set for the moment. So what we can do here is we'll just say if our X coordinate, once we're touching the edge, if our X coordinates, of the ball, if the X position of the ball is greater than 230, that means we know we're over here in the right hand edge. In that case, what we'll do is we'll broadcast a signal calling strike, new message strike. And otherwise, we know that it must have gone over this way, in which case we'll broadcast a home run. Obviously, you could change this later for home run. There we go, home run. So there we go, broadcast strike or broadcast home run. Well, what's going to happen when we broadcast strike or home run? Well, if we broadcast strike, it's just going to say strike across the screen. If we broadcast home run, it's going to say home run across the screen at the moment. So let's create ourselves a new sprite, and we're going to use the letters, and the first one we'll do is we'll do strike. There we go. So there's the S. There we are. Load up the S. There's our S. And let's keep adding all the letters that we need. So S, T, R. Keep adding all the letters. I, K. Where's our K block? K. Letters. E. There we go. So we've got strike. Obviously, at the moment, that only appears like that. That's no good. So what we can do here is a little technique. Click on your top S there, and then drag your other letters into your top letter. Let me show you that again. So now we need the R. Let's drag it into there. S, T, R, I, K, E. Strike. There you go. Drag them all in, and then just delete your other letters. There we go. K, E. So there's strike. Brilliant. So we've got a strike, which is good. And we'll do the same with. In fact, we won't do the same with the other one just yet, because we'll do that in a minute. So there's our strike one. And with our strike, what we're going to do, well, nice and easy. There you go. Strike. Here we go. At the start of the game, we need to hide, because we don't want it to strike appearing at the start of the game. And when I receive strike, we're going to show. And what we'll do is we'll do it where it grows. So if we start, set our size to 10% at the start, and then use a nice little loop, repeat 10 times, and then we'll just make it get bigger. Change its size by 10% each time. There you go. So when we receive strike, it will show, it'll appear on the screen, set the size to 10%, and then it will start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually it'll get bigger. Once it's got bigger, we'll then just leave it, wait for a second, and then we'll hide it. There we go. Perfect. So let's just test that out. Let's see if that works. Here we go. So he throws the ball, strike, perfectly. Just notice as well there, the ball's not disappeared. If it gets to the edge, we want it to disappear. So all we have to do there is we'll just hide the ball there. There we go. There we go. Brilliant. So there's our strike sorted. And then what we can do is choose a sprite from the library. Oh, actually, after we had the sprite and we waited for a second, then what we want to do is we want to say, okay, let's do another throw. So all we need to do now is we'll just broadcast, because we've got this broadcast here, we could just broadcast another ready to throw, and it'll put it back into the loop ready to throw again. So after we've done the strike, let's broadcast ready to throw. There we go. Brilliant. So hopefully if we press start, let's see if this works now. We should get a strike. It should say strike, and then after another 4 or 5 seconds, it should then start throwing the ball again. So there's a look. Yep, throws the ball. Strike. Brilliant. That disappears. And now another random wait, and he should throw it again perfectly. Brilliant. There we go. Done. Done. Okay. So now let's do another sprite, and let's do the sprite for home run. There's the H. Same as before. Go on to our costumes. Add another costume. H. O. There we go. Keep doing this. There we go. Letters. M. E. R. U. And N. There we go. Brilliant. Home run. There we go. And same as before, drag them all into the top one. Homerun. There we go. Home run. Brilliant. Good. So that's all done there. Let's get rid of all these other the other costumes that we don't need. Done. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll have the same scripts here in the home run as we had on the other one, on the strike. So home run, drag them in there, but this time when I receive strike, we need to do when I receive home run. There we go. Brilliant. So let's see if this works. Here we go. So just the first throw, it hits it, home run, brilliant. Strike, there you go, perfect. Let's try again. One last time. Home run, there you go. Now my game's a little bit, it seems to be a little bit easy. So what you'll have to do is you're going to need to adjust this bit here, those numbers, the -20 and the +20. Just play about with those numbers until you get the difficulty level about right. And that's pretty much about it for the first, let's just hide those, for the first part of this. I will do a future tutorial where we'll look at start adding scoring into it. We'll add a system where you can move your man up and down, and where he throws it, it will move up and down rather than just throwing it straight. So it adds a little bit more complexity to the game. Maybe have it so you can only have 3 strikes, then you're out. And maybe have a high scoring system, but we'll look at it in a future lesson, in a future tutorial. But that's enough for now. I hope you enjoy it. As always, if you've got any questions, pop it in the comments. Or if you've got any requests for a tutorial, then just pop it in the comments and I'll do my best for you. Thank you very much.